Something that's been heavy on my mind this week is my lifelong journey with autoimmune diseases. You all know about my celiac diagnosis, but I have 2 other autoimmune diseases as well, because the fun thing about them is once you have one, you are more likely to develop others. It all started when I was 6 taking my first gymnastics class. I started having horrible knee pain, went to the doctor, and found out I'd torn the cartilage in both knees. That's not something that should happen so young. Later, my sister was diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and being the good little copycat I am, I was too. It means we have hypermobile ligaments, which can lead to things like lack of coordination, balance issues, and a higher risk of injury. Certain types can also lead to circulation issues, which I've also seen with things like my ankles randomly turning purple during ballet class. If you're familiar with drag queen Evie Oddly, this is what she has. It's something I thought I'd be able to push through in life, and while that's absolutely what I'm doing, it's a large reason I stopped doing theater. I've been dancing since I was 5, but there came a point when I had to ask myself if pushing my body to its limits 8 shows a week would be worth the risk of injuring myself beyond repair. When I was diagnosed with celiac, it became very clear that touring and things like cruise ships would be that much harder for me, and further contributed to my worries surrounding my autoimmune diseases and my career as an actor. I'm sure it's possible to be a traveling actor with celiac, but I don't want to resent this disease more than I already do, and putting myself in a position to constantly have to search for probably really mid gluten-free food options in most cities I'd be touring in, and most likely having to isolate myself from group outings to places I can't eat at, it just doesn't sound helpful for me. What brings me peace are things like having a kitchen I can cook healthy and safe meals in, having a home base like New York with staples I know and love, and an ever-growing list of options. And lastly, knowing that when I'm traveling, it's only for a few days with people who love me and understand my disease, and then I'll be back.
Today, we are going to go shoot an engagement dinner, and it's a little bit of a train ride away, so it starts at 7. Right now it's like 4:45, so we gotta leave soon. Makeup's done. Very light, simple, whatever. I went natural hair today, which, if y'all don't know, I used to have pretty curly hair. And when I started A, dyeing my hair with henna, B, blow drying my hair more, my curl pattern has like basically turned into this. Which is sad, but also I've really been enjoying blow drying my hair, so we'll see. If I get tired of blow drying my hair, maybe I will get back on my curly girl grind. This is literally just air dried too with sea salt spray, so it's not like I did a ton to it, and if I really wanted it to be curly, maybe I could do my full curly girl process and it would be. But for today, this is good. Let's get dressed. Okay, well, I thought I was gonna wear this polka dot number, but I didn't think about the fact that I'm gonna be doing this all night long, and then it's gonna be doing this. So I just don't think that is the vibe. It still kind of works, but you can definitely see the seam if you get up close to me. Plan B. All right, I think I'm gonna do this. This is my TA3 dress. And yeah, I'm feeling like I like it for today. It's supposed to go off your shoulders, kind of. At least that's what they told me when they sent it to me, but I don't, well, maybe. Okay, sure. Yeah, we'll do off the shoulders. At first I was feeling like it does something weird, like it's bunches down here, which it kind of does, but I don't think it looks bad. It's fine. And so it does the cinching thing in the back, as you can maybe see, but I don't know, I don't feel like it really needs it. It kind of like already naturally cinches me, plus I'm wearing some like light sculpting whatever underwear, so I think I'm gonna skip like really cinching it today. But yeah, this is the dress. I'm gonna throw on some black boots, I think. Yeah, I would wear my flip-flop sandals maybe, but I don't know if I want to be in those for 2 hours. I think I'm gonna do boots. It's still winter, not winter, but it's still kind of like cooler months, so boots will work. Madame. Oh, I am so blessed. Inspiration. I haven't had a haircut in over a year, so I definitely just need a little length off no matter what. Yeah, a lot of layers. Yeah, I do have some. Yeah, they probably need a little trim. Yeah.
Look out for myself. I've been working hard, so I won't have to cry when I'm older. I could have done this or that. I remember when I used to. Don't do it 'cause it doesn't work. I'd rather tell her, shoot your shots. I did it, so I know you got this. We're all living what we manifest. You'll get your dreams, just do your best. So don't you tell me I am helpless just because I'm searching for myself. I've been working hard just so I can say I told you so. I told you so.
Okay, I've decided today I'm re-dyeing my hair. I started dyeing it like red basically about a year ago, and I've been using henna and I do like it, but I really liked the first color I was going with, the first like brand I was using, which was the Henna Guys, but it bled so much. Not just like the first time I showered, because like obviously it's going to bleed then, but like every single time I showered for weeks and weeks and weeks after. So I switched brands to a different brand that they sell at the beauty supply store close by, but the color was not as like vivid as I wanted it to be. So I'm switching gears today and we're going to go with this. It's a brand it's called Red by Kiss Temptation, and this specific color is cherry red. And all of the swatches they have online for it are just done on blonde hair, and they're really bright. So I'm hoping on my my like dark brown hair, that it'll be the color I want it to be, and I don't come out looking like a tomato. But we'll see. Either way, I think it'll be fun. What do I have to lose, you know? So it says to apply it on shampooed, towel-dried hair. So she's shampooed, she's towel-dried. So we'll see how this goes. What gloves to use instead of just using like the crazy looking gloves it comes with. This one didn't come with gloves, but you know, normally hair dyes come with gloves and they're like the big crazy looking ones. So I even brought a brush too. I bought a brush. That means I mean business, okay? It's also semi-permanent, so it's not permanent, so don't freak out.
Lost in thought, I'm tripping, oh, I'm wishing.
I wanted to make sure I do this before I go on my cruise in less than 2 weeks. I'm trying to just look the baddest on this cruise. It's a Disney cruise. If I was like booking a cruise myself, I would not have chosen like a Disney cruise probably. I love me some Disney, don't get me wrong, but I probably would have chosen like a more adult cruise. My friend Rena is working as a performer on a Disney Cruise Line ship right now. So I get to go for free. I just had to pay for my airfare. So we're going to Castaway Cay, which is like the Disney island, whatever that they own. We're going to Lighthouse Point, which I think is another like Disney owned situation. And then we're going to Nassau, Bahamas. Originally I wanted to go to Cozumel, and I had a cruise set for Cozumel, but flights were like over $500. Meanwhile, the next week when I'm actually going now, they're like $50. So of course we canceled and rebooked me on the cheaper week, and that's why I am now going to the Bahamas instead. I do want to go to Mexico City sometime soon. That's like very much on my list. So it's like, okay, I'm already getting Mexico in, hopefully soon. So I might as well go someplace different for this little cruise. Oh my god. Okay, I think I've done it. It said to like let it do its thing under heat, so I'm gonna wrap it in plastic wrap, clean all this stuff off my hands and my face, and blow dry it. There we go. No, I did get it on my shirt. Oh. I chose this shirt because then I was like, then I won't have anything under the towel up here. But I think that big glob that I got on the towel, oh, so sad. Oh my god. Remember how I said I bought this? And I didn't even use it? That's crazy. That is just the most me thing to do ever. Anyway, let's go blow dry it. Okay, here's the results. It's redder, I think, than that last henna I was using, but it's still, it feels like more chocolatey than anything. I'm gonna see if other people have any kind of reaction to it when I see them and go from there, because maybe I'm talking myself out of it and it actually looks redder than I think it does. Okay, like getting it up close to you like that, I feel like it is redder than I'm giving it credit. I kind of have these dreams of bleaching my hair and then dyeing it for like, I don't know, I don't want to say strawberry blonde. I want it to be like a dark strawberry blonde, but I kind of have dreams of doing that for the summer. I don't know. That sounds expensive, so maybe not.
It's interesting addressing the feelings that come up when talking about my autoimmune diseases. Things like shame, embarrassment. My therapist once pointed out that my lack of trust in both men and my own abilities is no surprise, thanks to not only my history with rejection in love and career, but even the fact that I've never been able to just trust that my own body can function the way it's meant to. But I know I'm not alone in this, and it's a huge part of who I am, so as your favorite oversharer, it's my duty to talk about it.
Good morning. I think it's still gonna be a good day, but I am bummed because my friend Sheldon and I had plans to go to Botanic Gardens this morning, and it didn't work out for a couple reasons. We're out of community tickets. Community tickets are like their free tickets that they have a couple reserved for some days. They didn't have any available today, but we were still gonna go get coffee. But Sheldon's sick. Both been really sick this year. I don't know what's up with that. That does kind of make me feel a little better, because I was like a little worried it was my apartment making me sick. Because I think I've been on like 3 rounds of antibiotics over the course of this cold season. And that's like probably not good. Maybe it's not my apartment, and maybe it's just something going on in the city, in the world, I don't know. I've also kind of wondered if it's like fire effect things, which would make sense because Sheldon was actually one of my neighbors involved in the fire. In the meantime, I'm gonna go get coffee. I have a meeting to hopefully build someone's website for them and redo their logo and things like that. So hoping that goes well, because your girl needs some money. She needs some money real bad right now, especially because I'm about to go on this cruise that I can't wait for. I'm going to try and finish taking photos on the roll I have in my camera right now, because I want to take a fresh roll with me to Barcelona. And did I say Barcelona? I'm at the Bahamas. Last year I went to Barcelona. So I have a nude modeling session later, which obviously you don't get to see that. Not much of it, but I am going to take you along with me. Something that I think I mentioned that I used to do a lot of. It came in handy when I was like trying to only freelance and figure things out, and it like kind of filled in some gaps for me, and it was really rewarding at the start. Like it helped me kind of get back in touch with my body and feeling at home in my body again as I've been going through like weight shifts and all that. But now I'm at the point where that has kind of worn off, and what's coming with it now is just like body pain from standing in one spot for a long time when I'm doing these sessions, and just with my autoimmune stuff, that gets really hard. I'm having a lot of back pain this week, and I did a nude modeling session 2 days ago, and I had to do a single pose for an hour, and that really hurt me. And then I had to go get a massage after, and then I spent all the money that I had made in the modeling session on the massage. So it's really not worth it. It's not worth it anymore. But I am gonna go do this today, and it's probably gonna be my last one I ever do. So kind of, I guess, come say goodbye to nude modeling with me.
My last autoimmune disease is called POTS. It's one that often goes hand in hand with EDS, but the main symptoms are getting dizzy, having your heart race, and even fainting with abrupt position changes in exercise. This has been a major one for me lately, affecting my gym routine, making things much harder with the new modeling situation. Autoimmune diseases truly impact every aspect of your life. I have to go to the doctor more, pay much more for groceries and accommodations when eating out, and it's become clear lately that I need to be drinking almost twice the water your average person drinks just to try and keep some of these symptoms under control. I'm adjusting my routine to suit my health needs because I have every intention of living a full and wonderful life. My autoimmune diseases are not fun, and it's especially hard living as a freelancer when finances are up one week and low the next, but I also recognize it could be so much worse. Life is still pretty gorgeous, and that's what matters.
As you could tell, I'm back home, and it's still light outside. And that's because that Adobe event, a mess. Adobe, like, y'all gotta get it together next time. Granted, I only stayed for 30 minutes, but that's because it was so messy. The event started at 6:30, but they told us they weren't gonna serve drinks until 7. Why? And they were supposed to have these like career advice little booths, which I thought would be a great opportunity for networking and just everything else. The core audience was college student, which is great. Obviously, very important that they be there. I'm sure if I had stayed and actually gotten to talk to someone, that maybe I would feel differently. Like once the career advice tables opened up, it was going to be such a rush from the college kids to get there, and I A, don't want to take an opportunity away from a college student, and B, it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a smaller group. It was huge. It was so many people there. And even like the organizers were feeling that. Like when I was leaving, one of the organizers was like, "I'm so sorry." And I was like, "It's okay." Like it was just a mess. Like the sign-up line was a mess. Nobody knew where they actually wanted to send us. It was just very disorganized. And I don't even think it was anyone's fault. I think it just kind of, on paper ahead of time, ended up not being how it worked in the end. I did meet a girl named Winnie. Winnie, if you're out there, hey. We had a fun little time. It was good to get to know someone. Winnie was also in the same boat. We were both kind of just overwhelmed by the lack of organization. Nobody was saying anything. Like, we needed someone to just round up the troops and be like,
"This is how this is gonna work."
But that wasn't happening at all. I got out early from my modeling session, and it was planning to just go home, get a bottle of wine, edit videos, and be with Bernie because I left her home alone all day. But then I was like, no, I should go to this. It's going to be an awesome opportunity. So then I also had to buy food because I knew I wasn't going to be able to eat whatever was being served at the event. So I went and bought dinner for myself, which was money I wasn't planning on spending. I guess that was my bottle of wine money, so I didn't get a bottle of wine on my way home. Instead, I was like, let me just have some dessert. So I got Nesquik because that's really what I was craving. It was just really a bust, and then I spent more money than I planned on spending. Whatever. At least I'm home a little earlier than I would have been had I stayed for the whole event, so I can still get something done here. Also, gosh, what is wrong with me? The most gorgeous man was making eyes at me in this like intersection, and I made eye contact back, but I probably didn't hold it for more than like a second and a half before I like looked away. Why did I do that? Why do we do that? Why are we conditioned to do this? What in the evolutionary process was like, hey, don't smile at the cute man because you should definitely be afraid of his pretty eyes? Like, what? No, why are we scared? Especially when he's giving eyes to me. Like, I can tell he's interested, but I'm not able to give the I'm interested back signals. If you're out there, it was me, and you should say something. Speak up. Speak up. Anyway, I can't do anything about it now. I'll just hope to do better next time. In other news, Bernie is very excited about her new toys. Please look at her. What are you doing? Oh, you got your little duck? God, are you tearing it? Oh my God, look, she is a monster. She is an absolute monster. You are crazy. You are crazy. You know that?